I chose you before you chose me. Long before your hands learned how to reach. Long before your will could form a sentence of invitation. Long before your questions learned the grammar of prayer. I had already whispered your name into the fabric of dawn. I planted you like a seed in the quiet loam of time, watered you with unnoticed mercies, and waited as a patient gardener waits for the soft green of first light to break the soil. This is why your story carries a melody that feels both older than you and strangely intimate. Because I sang it over your cradle, over your sleepless nights, over the roads that bruised your feet, and the rooms that held your laughter. I chose you, not as an afterthought, not as a consolation prize, but as a decision rooted in my delight. When you look back and see a trail of closed doors and sudden turns, do not call it chaos, call it choreography. I was there, lacing the pattern with quiet purpose. I chose you while your strength was undeclared, while your weaknesses were loud and your disappointments bore thorns. I chose you in the middle of the sentence where you wrote yourself off. I chose you when you did not know what to call the ache in your chest, when you tried to outrun your shadow, when you hid the tremble in your hands by filling your days with noise. I placed a compass in your ribs, a north that tugged even on the days you called yourself lost. Listen. Destiny does not shout. It leans. Grace does not bargain. It arrives. Mercy does not audit. It embraces. You have felt me in the shimmer of ordinary light, how the kettle sounded like a bell, how the rain traced a psalm on your window, how a stranger's kindness left a doorway in your day. These are not accident and echo. They are sacrament and signal. Every small tenderness is a letter of my choosing sealed with breath. I chose you in the year you feared your story had gone stale, when you thought you were a footnote to brighter lives. I chose you in the season when the ground seemed to refuse the seed, when prayers felt like paper set on water, drifting apart before they could carry any weight. But hear me, stones do not frighten roots. Delay does not cancel design. What feels like silence is often soil, dark, necessary, alive with hidden exchange. Let your patience be a lamp. It burns slow, but it burns true. I am arranging a harvest that will make sense of this underground. You will not have to pretend to be strong. You will simply become honest about where your strength comes from. You will call this honesty worship, and you will learn that worship is not a performance for me, but a returning to me with your whole, unedited heart. I chose you before you could define success, before you learned to weigh your worth on scales made by other hands. When you measured days by clicks and crowds and the shallow applause of surfaces, I was inviting you to a deeper arithmetic. Count instead the faithfulness that holds when no eyes are on you. Count the courage that keeps walking across an ordinary Tuesday. Count the apologies you practice and the forgiveness you release. These are the coins of a kingdom that cannot be taxed by time. In this currency, your life is already wealthy, because I am the one who fills the chest and renews the balance before you ask. Do not envy the quick flames that leap and die with the same breath. You are a slow fire, a hearth for travelers. You will warm rooms you never enter by the letters and prayers you send ahead of you. I chose you while you were still learning how to be gentle with yourself. You have been a harsh critic inside, a judge without recess, a jury without mercy. But my voice is not the voice of that tribunal. My voice is a river that carries splinters away. My voice unties the knot of yesterday and returns your breath to you, warm and simple. Let it be known. I do not build destinies on the scaffold of shame. I build them on the bedrock of belovedness. When you feel the old verdict rise, unworthy, too late, too little, place that paper in my hand and watch how quickly ink can dissolve when it meets living water. You will learn to talk to your heart like a friend who is late to a sunrise. Come and see, come and see. You will become fluent in kindness, the dialect of kings and children. I chose you with my eyes open to every failure that would test you. Nothing in you startled me. Everything in you summoned me. I saw the nights that turned your breath into glass and the mornings that left you brittle. I saw how you tried to keep 100 promises in the air at once like juggled lanterns. Some fell. Some broke. Still, I walked into the shards with bare feet, gathered the light, and made you a window. That is what redemption does. It does not erase what happened. It reframes it until meaning overtakes the injury. Do you see how even your scars have learned to glow in certain hours? Do you see how they are not warnings anymore, but lanterns for those walking behind you? Call this mercy's architecture. Call it the blueprint of choosing. I chose you beyond the logic of merit. You have merit. You will do good work. You will study, practice, rise, and serve. Yet none of these purchase my affection. My affection is not a wage. It is an inheritance, signed before your first breath, notarized in a covenant of blood and breath that cannot be revised by public opinion. When I say you belong, I am not asking for your resume. I am handing you a name. Wear it like a garment that fits on the worst day and the best day alike. Wear it to the hard conversation, to the quiet kitchen, to the hospital hallway, to the empty chair at the table. You are chosen. Therefore you are never unsheltered. You are chosen. Therefore you are never without a map. Even if your hands lose the paper, I have written the directions into your bones. I chose you to walk with me through ordinary fields until they become extraordinary simply because I walked them with you. You will find me hidden in repetitions, dishes, emails, bus rides, dust, small errands, because I do not wait for cathedrals to be sacred. I baptize thee every day. Bring me your lists, and I will turn them into liturgies. Bring me your schedule, and I will weave between its lines a presence that makes interruptions into invitations. You will not always feel this, but you will learn to trust the fruit that follows. Peace is not an accident. It is the child of abiding. Joy is not a performance. It is the echo of being known. Now pause your listening for a breath, and if this message has been a soft light to your path, I gently invite you to like, comment, share, and subscribe so this whisper can reach another heart that needs it today. Then come back, for the story continues. The choosing is still speaking. I chose you for a courage that is not loud but lasting. I am not handing you a megaphone. I am handing you a lantern for long roads. Hold it close when valleys try to convince you you are alone. Hold it close when the mountain refuses a short path. The lamp is love. The oil is grace. The wick is trust, refilled each time you ask. And when wind makes the flame flicker, do not panic. Learn the shape of your shelter. Cup your hands. Turn your back to the gust. Wait. The flame remembers how to steady. So do you. Perseverance is not stubbornness. It is loyalty to what is true when your emotions rearrange the furniture of the room. I chose you to forgive in ways that will feel like discovering new rooms in a house you thought you knew. Forgiveness will slow your breathing and widen the corridor of your chest until more people can walk through it. You will not forget everything, and you do not need to. Memory will be remade by mercy. You will learn to place the heavy rock down where the river can carry it. You will not applaud what was wrong. You will absolve it from living rent-free in your future. In doing so, you will hear the click of a door you did not know was locked. That is the sound of captivity letting go. Freedom is not the absence of history. It is the presence of me within it. I chose you to learn rest that is not laziness, but alignment. Rest is the art of letting your weight trust the chair you were built for. Rest teaches your muscles a grammar of surrender that makes strength possible again. Do not punish yourself with perpetual proving. The world will ask you to be more than human. I will ask you to be wholly human, awake, honest, yielded, creative, brave. Sabbath is not an interruption to productivity. It is the soul's rehearsal for eternity. When you turn off the clamor and place your ear against the silence, you will hear me breathing blessings into your hours like a tide that knows when to return. I chose you for companionship, not merely for assignments. You are not my employee. You are my beloved. When I send you to serve, it is not because I need your labor, as if I were hungry for tools. It is because love needs movement to complete its sentence. As you feed, visit, teach, build, reconcile, and sing, you will discover that every mission is a mirror. You will see my face in the faces you serve, and you will see your truest face in the reflection of their healing. This is why you will never run out of purpose. Love, when trusted, keeps multiplying like loaves that refuse to diminish. I chose you to write letters to the future with today's obedience. Plant truth and you will meet it again as shelter. Offer kindness and it will return as strength from an unexpected direction. Sow generosity and you will hear laughter in rooms you have not yet entered. None of this is transaction. It is resonance. In my kingdom, echoes do not fade. They become architecture. Your smallest yes will one day look like a door that turned a city. Believe this not because you are impressive, but because I am faithful. Faithfulness is the weather of my heart. It does not change with the seasons of yours.